Hello Gold Farmers, welcome to another Grownuts video. Today we'll be taking a look at what I plan on doing in 2025. I personally feel like this is going to be a big year for me. Last year was a pretty big year for me, as stepping stones, just learning which path I needed to take. And I believe I have found it, and I do still plan on doing a lot with YouTube. Um, the person I work for now, I'm actually going to be doing a lot of YouTube videos for, at least the way it sounds. They're going to be more so promotional videos than anything. Um, so outside of that, my other plans, I'm going to turn this down so I can work on this a little bit, I think. But for the most part, no, I can't work on this and make a video at the same time. Sorry, guys. Um, anyways, what I plan on doing this year mainly involves a lot of writing books. I've got 6 books published. Well, 6 inspirational books published. I've got some odd other books published as well. I have a total of 13 or 14 books total. Um, they're not necessarily selling online, but I can sell them in other places locally, which I've been having a lot more luck locally than I have online. Ironically, I guess, I don't know. Um, but I have 8 more books typed out. I've got another one I'm working on right now. That's including the 8, so I have 8 on top of the one, or 8 includes the one that I'm working on right now. So I have a total of 8 that I will be working on, but I've only got one that I'm currently like developing as we speak. I have 7 more on top of that one that I have typed out, but they're currently being developed. Um, these books are fairly simple. I'm not gonna lie, they're really simple. They're easy to write. It doesn't take much. And that's not what the selling point of the books is. It's not about how easy it is to make them or anything of that sort. It's more or less what these books' meanings are. Like I've been told by several people that I am like Master Oogway, or I have a lot of power behind what I say, I guess, and I don't mean that in like a egotistical or power thirsty type of way, but like I can emphasize on things that need to be emphasized on while making a point, and people find those very motivating and inspirational and such. So this year we're gonna primarily focus on those. As much as I enjoy music, as much as I enjoy music, I don't think it's what I should be focusing on. And I really learned that last year, especially when I got my laptop. For those who don't know, I ended up buying a laptop, and during that period, I'd have to say probably a month's worth period, I ended up making like 15, 20 songs, maybe even more. And I was just going ham at it. I loved it. I thought that was what I was supposed to be doing. And now I'm having a hard time making music. But the books are, again, they're simple. They're not like super hard for me to come up with. Um, and I have hundreds of ideas for these books. I've asked AI for some ideas as well, which I'm not really leaning towards using those anytime soon. I'm more leaning towards the ones that I come up with on my own, and that's just because I think those are going to be easier to write about than the ones that the AI spins up. I am looking for illustrators still. Uh, and no, this isn't me asking for an illustrator because my budget is very tight, meaning I can't pay anybody to illustrate my books. So I'm not looking very hard for an illustrator because I can't pay anybody to illustrate my books. Now, I can do it myself, Should I do it myself? Yeah, probably. You know, if I have the capability of doing it myself, I should do it myself. But this is where the lazy part of me comes in. You know, like I do a lot, but there is a lazy side of me. And why would I spend time doing something I don't necessarily enjoy doing as much as I used to, anyways? You know, I used to love to draw, but I got burnt out of it from some friends who got super jealous of my work. And, you know, we're not friends anymore. And that just really burned me because I don't know. It was that's a long story. Um, Aside from that, this year I feel is going to be a big year for me, mostly because I have found, I think, the right path. You know, I found what I want to focus on primarily, and I say that. Sorry, guys, I am getting over being sick, but I say that in the way of I've got a lot of projects going on, but I think I know which one I need to stay focused on. Make sure I'm constantly doing, regardless of what else I'm doing. You know, I do want to try to have a book published per month. Now, granted, that's in the grand scheme of things not very many. You know, one book a month is absolutely doable. Like, if I can't publish a book, like one book per month, then I am not staying true to myself anymore. And, um, yeah, you know, but if something happens and I get two books out in 1 month, then I feel like I should be able to slack off the next month. You know what I mean? Maybe focus on other things because you know I did really good and got another book out. Now a lot of this also depends on other people, and I say that lightly because I don't mean that in the sense of oh well I'm waiting on somebody else or somebody else's approval to get these books done. No, what I mean is depending on how other people respond to me taking control over my books because I have people helping me with my books right now and their help's becoming a little more like it's their way, you know, and I can't have that. You know, these are my books, it's my collection. As much as I want a manager, I don't need a manager over my own creations, if that makes sense. Like, I'd love to have an agency take a look at my work, tell me if it's good, tell me if it's bad, but that's about all I want. You know, I don't want somebody to sit there and control every aspect of my creation for these books, which that is kind of going on right now by a couple of people. So we're just gonna have to either tell them, you know, hey, these are mine. This is what I want. If you don't like it, that's okay. But this is what I'm doing. You know, it doesn't matter what they want because it's not their creation. It's not their vision. It's not their anything. Um, so there's that. Uh, yeah. Again, I feel like this year's gonna be a big year. I feel like a lot's gonna unravel and come into place, especially. And I say that very lightly because I don't know for sure, but I had a good feeling about last year. There were a lot of ups and downs for last year, but I was going in the right direction. You know what I mean? I published, I think, 5 books, which is half of what I've already want to do. You know, it's almost half of what I already want to do. So if I can do half of what I'm wanting to do in 1 year without even actually trying, then I should easily be able to do it this year. You know what I mean? And I'm not writing these books hoping to become famous. I don't care for the fame. I'm sure a lot of you have realized that over the past several years of knowing me. Some may argue the fact that I want fame, but if you really evaluated my channel, I obviously don't care about fame. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put some of the stuff on YouTube that I did. and I also certainly will not have uh yeah, I don't know. I don't care for fame. When I get real deep in, or when I go into a real dark, deep place, I usually shut everything out and everyone out. And if I'm big and famous, I won't be able to do that. So I'm gonna have to reevaluate how I want to be faceless, even though my face is already out there. If that makes sense, and it's not like super big deal if people know who I am, but at the same time, the less people that know, the better. Um, so what's going on with the job? Last you guys knew I was jobless, was struggling with getting a job, holding a job and all of that, and I'm still kind of there, but I do sell on eBay, and I'd love to talk to you guys about my process. Um, maybe not right now, but I just eBay's been pretty good for me. The one thing that I don't like is if I don't feel like making money, which I often don't feel like making money. I like to make as much as I need, and then I don't care about making any more because I don't need any more. That's a very big and bad habit I need to get out of. It shouldn't matter if I have all my bills paid, or it shouldn't matter if I have all my expenses paid or anything like that. Oh, I want this. Is this gonna set me back any? Oh, I don't know. Let me go look. Oh, it is. So I won't be able to buy it. You know, just stuff like that. Because if I was to change my perspective, I'd be able to be like, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Because I know it won't set me back. But that's gonna be something I work on this year. I need to start caring about money, which I really don't care about money. If I did, then I'd probably be making a lot more than what I am now. And I'm not saying that like, oh, haha, I know how to make money and you don't. It's more or less, I've been working on so many different projects that have done well in the past, and I've kind of given up on them, not because I've given up on them. It's more or less because I've given up on myself because I don't want to be about the money. And unfortunately, that's what it comes down to is, do I want to be about the money or do I want to be about the people? It can't be both. So here I am trying to figure out how to make it both. Well, I don't have any money right now, obviously. So that means I need to reevaluate how I want to go about things in terms of money and people. I give so much money away. I've been just handing my books out. I've been handing my albums out. I've been just handing my product away, and I've got to stop doing that because as much as I like helping people, it's not helping me any. I mean, yeah, it gets my name out there, but to one person, who's gonna really say much about a local author giving a local person their book? Not many people are gonna really find out about that. It's not gonna become this huge big deal unless if I donate a whole lot of books somewhere. Um, Trying to think of what else. I don't really have any New Year resolutions outside of learning how to separate making money and helping people. Because once I put both of those together, not in the terms of like helping people and making money, but making money and helping people, it's harder to do than you may think. Maybe I just haven't gotten lucky yet. Which a lot of people say that it takes skill, not luck. But from everybody I've been watching closely and, just kind of collecting data on, a lot of those people get lucky, because you you don't know what niche is popping, and somebody else can be trying that same niche and it worked for them, but it not work for you. You know, you could be trying it before them, and it not work for you, but it'll work for them. So it's not about the skill. It's more about the right people finding the right people. You know, it's more about your time and waiting for your time, you know, rather than trying to force your time. That goes along with the whole fact of um, everything happens for a reason, you know. So I wholeheartedly believe in that. If things didn't happen for a reason, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'd probably either be dead, even poorer than what I am out on the streets, or filthy rich, you know. Probably helping people as much as I could too. Um, but unfortunately, it's just not been my time. But I think this year is my time. You know, and I'm not saying if I miss out on this year that I'm gonna lose out on what God's got planned for me, but I do believe that if I don't hop on this year's train, I believe that it will hurt me greatly, you know, and in the long run because my time might not come for another 10, 20 years, you know. So this year's going to be a lot of focus, you know, focus, focus, focus. Um, I believe that's all though. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.